Good morning, everybody. Sorry we couldn't be with you in the sports hall this morning, but we thought that it was important to be able to give you the opportunity to have this assembly nonetheless. So today I'm going to talk to you about careers. Now, you're all sitting here. Some of you are in year 7, some in year 8. And it probably feels a long way off, but we really want to think about where can your life take you? Because let's be honest, the reason you're here is to build a future for yourself, to have some kind of career. And what you do here will help you on your journey. So I'd just like you to take a few seconds and actually just think about, where would you like to be in 5 years' time? What kind of things would you like to be doing? Would you like to be studying? Would you like to be in a job? Would you like to be somewhere else in the world? So just take 10 seconds, think about, where would you like to be? Just kind of close your eyes and think about, where is it you'd like to be in 5 years' time? Now, lots of you will have had a thought very precisely. Others might be a little bit unsure. And some of you probably maybe even no idea. All of that is fine. But it's about how you use your time when you're here in the academy to help go from uncertain to very certain. Now is the time to kickstart your careers. You might only be 12 or 13, but it's always a good time to think about, where are you going? What are you going to do with your future? So a while back, we had this assembly where I spoke to a range of students that had been to university or still at university and came to this school. And all of them had that same thought: where will I be in 5 years? And they probably didn't know. But now they're all sitting in university doing some amazing things. Amir on the bottom left there is doing a doctorate, which means he'll be a doctor of engineering, believe it or not. Megan studying languages, and Sean doing the history of art at Oxford. All of them same thoughts as you. So, don't think, oh, I don't know, and nothing's going to happen to me. I don't know where I'm going to go. Everyone was in your position, and these people have now gone a long way. And you can see it's been a while since I've had a haircut. And this is the map now. This map shows where our students end up in university. You can see now all across the country in so many different places doing so many different things. And you may have seen now out in the Aspire courtyard, if you've been able to walk through there, hundreds of names of students in the last kind of 5 years or so that have gone to university, and the courses they go on to are just astounding. There's things in here you've probably never even heard of. So if we have a look at it quite quickly, you'll see that there's things like computer science, economics, ocean science, product design, law, aerospace engineering. These are all very diverse things, and a lot of them we won't have even heard of. But it's time to start thinking about what some of those things could be. And one of the activities for you in Tutor Time this week will be to start to talk about some of these things. What are they? What different interesting jobs have you heard of? So I'm going to show you some people here. This is Jonathan. He works as a laboratory analyst. You can see they're doing some very sciencey kind things. He must be, because he's got a white coat and some gloves. This is Nick. He's a music copyright team manager, so looks at who owns music and how to give people permission to use the music. This is Pete. He is now working as a senior manager in credit reporting at American Express in Brighton, but obviously American Express is a massive global organization. This is Cameron. He now runs in Brighton a company called Liqui Group, and they make amazing furniture and interior design. So if you've seen things like really funky looking McDonald's or cafes, those are the kind of things that he does, and actually now does that in the Middle East, all over the world, and really kind of expensive furniture design. And this is Ash, who's a business manager at HSBC Bank, and Sasha, who works at Bowers & Wilkins. Some of you might know is a world-leading speaker, producer, and manufacturer in Worthing, but some of the best headphones in the world. Compared to people go, oh, I want a pair of AirPod Pros. Bowers & Wilkins actually make headphones even better than Apple. And Steve works at ABN AMRO, which is a massive global bank based in the Netherlands and also in London. So why am I showing you all these things? Because actually, these people were on a journey, and they started right here. Every single person there started off on this land. They went to this school, and they have now gone on to big and amazing things. So, it wasn't that long ago. You were in primary school, then you moved to secondary school, and then part of your 7-year journey with us will be that you'll join us in our sixth form and look at some subjects that you will do there. And then will you go on to further education? Will you go on to other training? These are things now it's really good to start thinking about. So what do you do when it's time to choose? There will be some opportunities. Year 8, you'll have opportunity next year to start to think about your GCSE options. Year 7, you've got a little bit of time yet. So it's about, are you taking control? Are you doing things that's helping you do the best you can and actually making decisions? Are you just cruising? Is your everyday in school just kind of taking it easy, taking the easiest path? Or are you really putting your foot to the floor and working as hard as you can? Because every day is a step towards your career goal. And if you're not working hard enough, then that goal is going to get further and further away and harder to achieve. And then, are you actually making the most of your time? Are you taking every single opportunity? And it's not just your lessons from period 1 to period 5. Are you involved in clubs? Those are the things that will make a difference. Are you joining a science club? Are you joining a gaming club? Are you playing chess? Are you going to the LRC? Are you doing sports? Are you doing theatre and drama, music? Whatever it is, what kind of things are you making yourself the best person you can be so that you'll have a really successful life and career? So it's important things to know. As you go through, there's some choices you have to make. And you've got to think about, is your behavior and your hard work opening doors, or is it making it difficult for you and doors will close in the future because you're not going to get the grade you need? So it's a bit like Stewie here. You've got to be this tall to go on this ride. And if you're not, there's certain doors that will close. So you've got to make sure you're working every single day to reaching those ambitious targets. Your next steps when you get to things like A-levels, and that seems like a long way away, will have entry requirements. They'll need you to have a certain level of grade to be able to study that course. So how do we help you? Obviously, step 1, you get great teaching. You've got teachers that are just experts in what they do and really good at what they do. But you will get a careers interview. So once you get into year 11 or the end of year 10, you'll get a one-to-one meeting to talk about your own career and ambition. There'll be careers lunches, and that's for all year groups. So we will have business people come into the school and you can talk to them and ask them about what they do, and they'll tell you about the skills that they think are important and the particular attributes you need to have to be an effective employee. We have our open evening for sixth form, which obviously will be a little way from you, and we interview you, but that's another opportunity to ask teachers about what subjects look like at sixth form. In tutor time next year, there's going to be a lot more stuff around careers, where your journey will take you. In your lessons, your teachers will be doing a lot more talking to you about how your subjects connect to the world of work. We'll continue with these assemblies. And then, we have other things. There'll be open evenings, options evenings. So for year 8 going into year 9, you'll have later next year an opportunity to talk about the different subjects and where they can lead you. We'll get universities in to talk to you. And then, as I said before, we'll get employers to come in to also talk to you. So you need to take every single one of these opportunities, because the more you know, the more opportunities you'll have. So that's what we'll do for you. What can you do for yourself? So number 1, we're going to relaunch this in September. Some of you may have already done this, particularly during lockdown, where there's an application called Start Profile, a brilliant online service. And that lets you explore different jobs, what skills you need, what are your interests, and it starts to recommend things for you. So you can give a thumbs up to some jobs, thumbs down, and it starts to adapt based on the things that you like. And it's a really good way of finding out about what jobs there are, what they involve, even the opportunities, how many of them are there. Are there lots of jobs? Are there not many jobs in that industry? And then also information about kind of pay and progression through those different jobs. So my message to you really is we have about 3 weeks left, and you might think now's the time to kind of relax. But every single day, you need to be telling yourself, I need to work hard. I need to take control, and I need to aim high. So thinking about those people I showed you before, the people at university, the people in those careers, you have to think of the highest thing you can possibly think of and aim for that. You don't have to get there, but you have to aim for it. So just saying that, I'd quite like to just work in a shop. There's nothing wrong with that job, but are you aiming as high as you can? do you want to just have a part-time job in Tesco? That's great for building your skills, but it's not the best you can be. What is the best you can be? What's the best you can become? So thinking about those people we looked at, and then one day we'll look at this board and maybe we'll see your name on there doing something amazing, something exciting, something unbelievable. And last thing I just want to finish with, you probably won't recognize this guy, but this man was involved in a few different things. These films, the Avengers, Age of Ultron, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, and then on the bottom right, a film you won't have seen, but it was called Ex Machina. And you can see here, this is like an android. So it's a woman with kind of a see-through body. That's actually kind of all amazing CGI and special effects. That guy, Paul, was part of the team that did these special effects. And a few years ago, this happened. They won an Oscar. An Oscar is the award to say that you are the best in your industry, in the world that year. And so Paul, right there, you can see him in the middle. He sat in this building about 10, 15 years ago, just where you are, thinking, where am I going to be in 5 years? He didn't know he'd be in Hollywood lifting up a gold statuette. So he sat there thinking, what was he going to achieve? I don't know. Now, not everyone has to work with the stars, but did you aim for them? Thank you for your time this morning, year 7 and 8. Think high, aim high, and we will speak to you soon.